What's up, everybody? My name is Ken and I am a European here today to continue learning and reacting to the entire history of Korea explained like never before. In the previous part, we explored the three kingdoms and the history of the first kingdoms. It was ruled by China, and then they had this massive Korean kingdom, and then the three kingdoms, and then eventually the three kingdoms unified under Silas with the help of the Chinese, which created a golden age. So if you haven't seen part one, then I recommend you check that out first before watching this one. But today we're gonna continue watching this video and finish this video. Alright, so let's continue reacting to this now. Let's go.
Silla absorbed the best elements from Chinese and Japanese civilizations while maintaining distinctly Korean approaches to governance, social organization, and cultural expression. The result was a sophisticated society that served as a bridge between East Asians.
This picture is really beautiful. Is this a painting of Korea? This looks really good. Wow, I really want to go here. Unfortunately though, with mountains like this, I'm guessing that's in the north of the peninsula, which is kind of difficult to travel to nowadays.
Civilizations while developing its own distinctive character. However, even the most successful dynasties eventually faced decline, and Silla's came in the early 10th century when aristocratic factions began fighting for control.
The 900s, it was about a lot of infighting, I guess.
Kingdom fragmented into competing local powers, creating exactly the kind of chaos that Korea's neighbors had learned to exploit. Once again, foreign intervention would reshape Korean politics and society. The man who reunified Korea was Wang Geon, a local strongman who formed an alliance with Japanese supporters and used this backing to systematically conquer Silla's remnants. His victory in 935 CE established the Goryeo.
So every another one, instead of working together with China, this guy actually worked together with Japan to reunify Korea.
Dynasty, from which
He made the Goryeo dynasty. I've never heard of any of this. I only heard of Joseon. That's the only dynasty I've heard of.
Modern name Korea derives.
Oh, really?
Established the Goryeo dynasty, from which the
Goryeo dynasty, from where Korea came from. Huh.
Modern name Korea derives. Goryeo represented a conscious attempt to learn from Silla's successes while avoiding its failures, particularly the dangerous precedent of excessive foreign dependence. Goryeo's rulers moved the capital to Kaesong, strategically located to better control both.
Kaesong. Now where is that? Is that in South Korea today? Is that a big city? I wish he gave the examples of what it's called today or where it is today. Like Kaesong located south of Seoul today. That would be interesting to know.
Northern and southern territories. This relocation symbolized their commitment to bridging regional differences and creating a more unified Korean identity. The strategy succeeded brilliantly, as Goryeo became renowned for innovations that pushed the boundaries of human knowledge and capability. The dynasty's most famous achievement was the invention of movable metal-type printing by Choi Yun-ui around 1230, over 2 centuries before Gutenberg's press appeared in Europe. This breakthrough
So they actually had a printing press almost before in Europe, but they had a metal one?
revolutionized
I don't know how that works.
the spread of knowledge and literacy throughout East Asia, demonstrating Korea's capacity for world-changing innovation. Goryeo scholars also made significant advances in astronomy, mathematics, medicine, and engineering that influenced development across the region. Yet technological brilliance couldn't protect Goryeo from the greatest military force in human history. The Mongol Empire, having conquered.
Oh, here we go, the Mongols. These people got all the way to Europe, and in Europe we even know about these guys. I mean, everyone has heard about the Mongol Empire, but they invaded large parts of Europe also. And obviously, Korea, very close to the Mongolia, they're gonna be on the chopping board. Aye, aye, aye.
China, and established the Yuan dynasty, turned its attention to Korea in the 13th century. The Mongol invasions were catastrophic, representing systematic attempts to destroy Korean resistance and incorporate the peninsula into.
I wonder what would have happened to Korea if the Mongols did not invade. I mean, that would have changed everything. It sounded like everything was going super well. There was no problems. And then the Mongols came. I really wonder what would have happened. Maybe they would never be conquered by the Japanese or colonized by the Japanese.
Their global empire. Cities burned, populations fled or perished, and Korea's carefully constructed civilization faced near total destruction.
Wow.
For nearly a century, Korea became a Mongol tributary, forced to provide massive tribute and resources for their overlords' military campaigns. Most humiliatingly, the Mongols demanded Korean assistance in their planned invasion of Japan, making Korea an unwilling participant in attacks against its neighbor. The failed Mongol invasions of Japan, destroyed by typhoons the Japanese called kamikaze or divine winds, had lasting consequences for Korean security. Japanese leaders now viewed Korea as a fundamental threat, a potential base for future attacks.
That could have inspired the invasion, right, of Korea. They thought it was like a staging ground to attack Japan because of the Mongols.
Attacks against Japan. This perception would influence Japanese strategic thinking for centuries and ultimately contribute to Japan's own invasions of Korea.
Right. Yeah, this makes
When
sense.
Mongol power finally collapsed, Korea once again seized the opportunity for independence. General Yi Seong-gye, originally ordered to attack China's new Ming dynasty, instead turned his armies toward the capital and established the Joseon dynasty in 1392.
Yeah, I heard of the Joseon dynasty. I've heard about this. It's the only dynasty I know before Korea. But yeah, there's a lot of dynasties in the Korean history that I did not know about. It's very interesting.
This bold move avoided a devastating war with China while creating Korea's longest-lasting dynasty, which would rule for over 5 centuries.
Wow.
Early Joseon represented a remarkable renaissance in Korean civilization. King Sejong the Great, ruling in the 15th century, became one of Korea's most celebrated monarchs by promoting advances in science, technology, arts, and education. His greatest achievement was creating Hangul, the Korean alphabet that democratized literacy and became a
He created Hangul? Wait, what language did people write in before Hangul then? Did they use Chinese or not Japanese probably, maybe Chinese writing system? Huh, that's really interesting.
crucial component of Korean national identity. Hangul was revolutionary not just for Korea, but for the world.
It's super simple, I've heard, to learn this written language. I mean, you can learn the sounds of the symbols in just like 8 minutes. Really interesting.
Unlike Chinese characters that required years of study to master, Hangul was designed so ordinary people could learn to read and write quickly. This innovation preserved and strengthened Korean cultural identity while making knowledge accessible to all social classes. The early Joseon Golden Age came to a catastrophic end in 1592 when Japan's Toyotomi Hideyoshi launched massive invasions aimed at conquering.
Ah, so here Japan comes for the first time in a while at least. And yeah, probably because the Mongols still think that Korea's existence, if Japan doesn't control Korea, then maybe future nations will come like they happened in the past. So that's probably what the Japanese thought, and then yeah, then this led to the invasion of Korea. Makes sense.
China through Korea. The
They
Japanese
actually wanted to conquer China already, and Korea was just kind of in the way then, huh?
forces were formidable. Hundreds of thousands of veteran
Yeah, I don't think they had machine guns. It's kind of a ridiculous image to put in 1592.
warriors equipped with advanced firearms and proven tactics. Initially, the invasion proceeded exactly as planned, with Japanese armies rapidly advancing through the peninsula.
Very modern pictures now.
Korea's salvation came from an unexpected source, the sea. Admiral Yi Sun-sin recognized that while Japanese forces dominated on land, they remained dependent on naval supply lines vulnerable to attack. Yi developed innovative ship designs, including the famous turtle ships, heavily armored vessels that could ram enemy ships while remaining protected from
I see a picture of the turtle ships. Like, what is this? This video had a lot of good visuals in the beginning, but I must say, it's getting so at the end here. It's some really weird pictures. I doubt they actually had a massive turtle like this. Let me know in the comments, guys, if I'm wrong.
turtle ships, heavily armored vessels that could ram enemy ships while remaining
I guess this is the turtle ship. I hope, but I don't really trust the visuals. Please let me know if this is the turtle ship.
protected from return fire. Yi's naval campaigns became legendary. In his most famous victory, he defeated a Japanese fleet of 330 ships with only 12 Korean vessels, achieving this triumph without losing a single ship. By systematically destroying Japanese supply lines,
Korea actually had a better navy than Japan? That's weird, because Japan is kind of known, or like in World War II, known for like having like a really good fleet and controlling the seas. But if you go further back, maybe that is why Japan actually ended up making such a good fleet, because Korea absolutely humiliated them with just 12 vessels defeating 330. I mean, that's crazy.
Yi's navy effectively stranded enemy land forces in hostile territory, forcing their eventual retreat. The Japanese invasions, lasting 7 years and claiming approximately 250,000 lives, left Korea devastated.
7 years of Japanese invasions? Wow.
But not broken. The shared experience of surviving foreign invasion strengthened Korean national identity and demonstrated the importance of military innovation and diplomatic skill in preserving independence. Following Hideyoshi's death in 1598, succeeding Japanese rulers abandoned continental expansion and adopted isolation.
So they failed. They tried taking Korea. They failed after 7 brutal years of trying. And now they're adopting isolationist policy, just kind of trying to focus on themselves, I guess.
Policies. This decision, combined with Korea's need for recovery, created an unusual period of peace in East Asia. Korea used this respite to implement extensive reforms and enter another golden age of cultural and economic development. The Joseon dynasty's recovery was so successful that Korea became one of East Asia's most prosperous and literate societies.
Wow.
Innovations in agriculture, craft.
This is like the 1600s, and it's one of the best societies in Asia. Very literate, very successful. I wonder what could possibly have gone wrong then to end up the way things ended up historically. This will be interesting.
Education and administration dramatically improved living conditions while strengthening state capacity. Korean culture flourished, producing advances in literature, art, and science that rivaled previous golden ages. This era of peace and prosperity lasted until the 19th century, when Western powers arrived in East Asia with advanced industrial technology and aggressive expansionist ideologies. The Western challenge was unlike anything Korea had faced before. Previous threats had come from neighboring Asian powers.
Yeah, so I did not know this. I thought Japan was the first one to like occupy them or to threaten them, but actually what it's saying is the Westerners came first before Korea was under Japan. The Westerners came, and what happened next? I'm interested.
With similar cultural foundations and comparable capabilities.
Right, yeah.
Korea's response to Western pressure would determine the kingdom's fate and influence the peninsula's development for generations. The decisions made during this critical period would ultimately lead to Japanese colonization, division into competing states, and the ongoing challenges of modern Korean history. From ancient Gojoseon to the threshold of the modern era, Korean history demonstrates how a strategically located nation can survive and prosper despite facing constant pressure from powerful neighbors. Through military innovation, diplomatic skill, cultural creativity, and sheer determination, Koreans repeatedly transformed challenges into opportunities while preserving their essential identity. The patterns established in Korea's earliest history, balancing between powerful neighbors, embracing beneficial foreign influences while maintaining cultural independence, and developing innovative solutions to existential challenges, continue to shape Korean approaches to the modern world.
It was a very generic video, but it was a good overview. it didn't really explain what happened in detail. Very generic. It said Western powers came, did not give any more info, and then it said that led to Japan colonizing Korea. But how did that actually lead to Japan colonizing Korea? If there is a good video on this, guys, please let me know. I'd love to watch that. Please let me know in the comments, and I will check it out, and then I'll make a reaction video to that, because I want to learn more about that. But yeah, this video was by Empires Revisited. I enjoyed the video. I'm gonna give that a like. It was a good overview. So yeah, guys, if you guys like more videos like this, if you want more like this, I make daily videos reacting to Korea from a European perspective. So if you're interested in that, then you should subscribe and like the video, and stay tuned for more videos tomorrow. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.